has been considered by the Budget and Finance Committee, which recommends approval of the city attorney's recommendations. Madam Clerk, if you could please read that settlement or that recommendation, please.
And actually, I have it, Mr. President. So it's
Okay.
item 23, and the recommendations are: first, reject the offer by petitioner to settle the November 8, 2022 final ruling, the fee order, by the trial court awarding attorney's fees to counsel for petitioner in the amount of $220,214.
Alive! It's alive!
By the city of an additional
It's alive!
Hello, everyone.
214.
Guys, we're here. They just started up. They're going to do quick little votes on their bullshit, and then they're going to let the people talk. Good morning, everybody. It's good to see you.
100-59, account number 00979, which is
Or I should say,
Good morning, my neighbors!
The demand drawn on the claim shall be
Yes!
as follows.
Yes!
Silverstein Law
Fuck
Firm,
you
and
too!
C Client Trust account in the amount of $220,214 plus applicable interest, and authorize the city attorney to deliver the warrant payable to the Silverstein Law Firm APC Client Trust account, subject to the city's right to demand repayment of fees paid in the event the Court of Appeal awards lower amount to petitioner than the amount in the fee order.
Very good, thank you. And I missed.
I already got my bowl packed. It's nice and clean.
I'd like to ask the chair of the Budget and Finance Committee.
I'm ready.
Do you have any recommendations?
Hi, Ginger.
about
Hi,
item
Al.
23?
Al having.
Yeah, no,
What's up, Heather?
we heard this
What's up, Jim?
in
Great.
closed session, and we recommend it as
Spark, Jeffrey.
recommend approval of the recommendation.
So if no members
Fumble
wish
door.
to take that matter
Mike?
into closed session, can we go ahead and proceed with a vote on item 23?
Make sure the sound is all the way
Is that
up there,
available for
guys.
us to vote on right now? Yes. Okay,
Pretty
then
sure
let's
it
go ahead
is.
and open the roll,
Yeah, well, was.
close the roll, and tabulate the votes.
Was until I muted it.
11 eyes.
Very good. And with that, we have a presentation.
All right, guys.
This morning.
Let's
have a
get
few
into it.
presentations, but I want to start with a very special presentation by Councilmember Park.
I'm just going to smoke this bowl and not listen to Councilmember Park. Oh, the kitty, though. I like the kitties.
Flower she is named after. This is chrysanthemum. She is
Thanks,
about a
Hank.
year and a half old. She weighs
What's up, Tech?
about
Thank you
8
for the
pounds.
euro.
She is an absolute love bug, and she is
I love her.
available for adoption.
Thanks
our
a lot,
animal
friend.
shelters are at capacity around the city, and it's really important that we do what we can to get these animals into homes so that we can
Put the
open
number up for a
space
split
for
second. What an
new
asshole.
animals. It's also really important
there
that
it is.
we have our pets microchipped, and it's also really important that pet owners ensure that their contact information is correctly
Chrysanthemum.
registered
Chrysanthemum.
to that
Chrysanthemum.
microchip. You can put your cell phone number as the correct contact information for your pet, and that way, if you happen to move,
I'm gonna call her
that
Spanx.
information will stay with you in the event you need to be reunited with
She's
your
cute.
pet. If somebody would be interested in taking Chrysanthemum home, we really do not want to send her back to the animal shelter. Her number is A2072817, and I'm going to have her hang out with us for a little bit in council this morning if anybody would like to.
Is that her
meet
social
her.
security so you can tax her?
Thank you very much. All right, that will take us next to the public comment portion of our meeting.
Perfect
Madam Clerk, if you could please read in the instructions for those who wish to call in.
You want to call
Thank
in?
you.
There
As
you go.
indicated on the agenda, members of the public wishing to offer public comment should call 669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466 and press pound. Then press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute. Let me repeat. Call
Stand on one foot.
669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466 and then press pound. Press
Hi,
pound
Annie.
again when
Hi,
prompted for
Francine.
participant ID. Once admitted
Hi,
into the
Tommy.
meeting, press star
Thanks,
9
Tom.
to request to speak.
Thank you,
When
Tommy.
it is your turn to
Karate.
speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute. Thank you.
What's up,
To
Swish?
members of the public calling in, when it's your turn to speak, please state which of the agenda items
the
you'd like
mole's
to speak
here.
on. You have 1 minute per item. To
My
speak,
mole
up to 3
steak.
minutes total, and if you wish 1 minute for general public comment, please speak to the items before beginning general public comment. We'll tell you when your time is up.
Please go to
When
Goat
speaking
Boy.
on the
Please
agenda
call in.
items, you need to be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you're not on topic, or if we can't tell whether you're on topic, you're going to get one brief warning from me or the president.
Thanks, Tommy.
At that point, you really need to get clearly immediately on topic. If you don't, or you're against or off topic, unfortunately, you'll forfeit your speaking time, and we'll move on to the next speaker. The items that are open for public comment are items 19 through 22. That's 19 through 22. You can speak to the other items or anything else within the subject matter jurisdiction of the city in general public comment.
These heathens. That's
As
it.
you were told,
on
when
us
it's
there.
your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will prompt you to press star 6 to unmute yourself. If you don't do so, council staff will prompt you once more. At that point, you really need to press star 6 right away, or unfortunately, we're going to move on to the
Oh,
next
we're
speaker.
just gonna hang up on
Finally, there is a brief time delay between the live broadcast, or between the live meeting and the broadcast. So 2 things are important. First, if you're listening to the meeting on multiple
Thanks,
devices,
Aunt Esther.
Don't you ever set foot in my house again. Oh, glory. You old heathen.
time delay and feedback, it really causes a great deal of confusion if you're listening on the other devices. Second,
Next to Noel.
because of the time delay, when you're waiting for your turn, please have one ear to the phone. We want you to hear in real time when it's your turn to press star 6. If you're only listening on another device, you may not hear quickly enough.
Right, Sky?
And unfortunately, you might get passed over. And with that, Mr. President, we are ready to take public comment.
All you need is regular
Thank you very
salt
much.
that you'd put on
And,
any
before
kind
we
of
begin
meat
public
that you'd
comment,
use at
I just
home,
wanna take a
and
moment to,
91% alcohol or
welcome
better.
a group of 6th graders
Put a
that we
little
have
bit
here from
in, not
Stratford
much,
School
not a
in
whole lot of
Altadena,
rice or
California. If you could
salt
stand up
or
and wave so
alcohol
we
and
can
shake
all
really
see
well.
you. Go ahead and stand up so we can
Shake
see
it
you.
real
There
well.
they are.
Jack
Thank
me
you for
off.
visiting us here in the council
Thank you, Jack.
chambers.
My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see wiggle wiggle, for sure.
Comment,
Thank
and
you,
we
Jack.
will start. I'm going to read off some names. As I read your name, please come on over to the left-hand side.
Yeah, it
so
works
that you
amazing,
can
right,
be,
Bentley? So
guided
easy
through
and
the
quick. Go to Walmart, get yourself a big thing, a cheap
Oh, and before we
$2
begin our,
jar of salt,
our
and they have
first
91%
speaker,
alcohol
Mr.
there, a
Martinez,
couple
you
bucks
wanna
per
begin?
thing. Get a few of them.
My apologies, Council President.
And the
I'd like to
bowl, just put
reconsider
it,
item
get a
13,
red cup.
Called specials. We can
Just get a red cup really quick, something like that. Fill it up, or one of the reusable Taco Bell cups or something. Fill that up with a little bit of alcohol, like an inch or maybe a little more, and then throw the bowl in there at night when you're done. That way, when you wake up in the morning, it's been soaking all night. It's real clean and easy. You just got to change that alcohol, periodically.
11 eyes.
Okay, that matter is now before us, and
Wait for the
so
goat
our
boy,
term is
Rich.
continued until
So
what
am
date?
I.
for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's got to be 91%
And
or
for the
higher.
record, that would be Friday,
No
March
70%
24th.
alcohol. None of
Very
that.
good, without objection,
Nothing
I'll
else
vote
do you need. You don't need
All right,
anything else.
We can now begin with public comment, so I'm going to call out a number of names.
Now, if it's really filthy in your bong, you may want to use a little bit of rice, and I mean a few grains, not a handful, no. Just a few grains. But the thing with rice is if it gets caught in a joint, no pun intended, in here, it expands and it may crack the glass. You got to be careful. Just a very little bit of rice, but it works as the abrasive on the sides of the walls of the glass. Here we go. Thanks, Amy. This ought to be a real shit show.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Come on up.
Cops already over there in the corner. You see him?
Hi, Mr.
Next
Morris.
to the
Which
pillar.
item you said you signed up for?
Item 22 and public comment.
Sure, go ahead. You have a minute for each.
Yes, item 22, the Academy Awards. People have to realize that's a big money maker for us, and it puts the spotlight on this great city. And to the students from Altadena, it's nice to have you guys here. And I will go on to public comment, Mr.
Sure.
City Attorney. First of all, this morning as I was coming here, I saw a bus driver. He went out of his way to help this senior get on the bus, and it was amazing. He didn't know we were watching, but we gave him thumbs up because he went out of his way. So they don't get much credit, but I want to thank that bus driver for what he did. Secondly, the city attorney. There was a city attorney, a woman that was with these young kids, and that's what you need to remember, folks. That's the kind of person that we have here. Most of the people down here are like that city attorney. I apologize, I don't know her name, but she was a wonderful human being.
I don't care to know her either.
Thirdly, in regards to, I don't know if you folks know about homeboys downstairs, but they are some of the nicest people.
Amy, thank
and
you.
Ms. Hernandez shows up, and we talked about, wouldn't it be nice if
Did he say homeboys?
And the mountains are stuck up there, if we could bring a bunch of people from LA and help them, because what they need is manpower. And so, Ms. Hernandez, I want to say it again, that it would be a great way for Homeboy to get out there with all their wonderful people.
Oh, it's
Let the
Homeboy
rest of the world
Industries.
know how good the people in your community are.
Sorry, it's Homeboy Industries.
Thanks very much, sir.
What it is
Andrew
I think it was like a
Arnold Sachs,
pastor who
Ace
created
Anaya,
this,
and B. Curiel, please.
created a group of
Hi.
Good morning.
for
If you'd remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you signed up for.
for people that are parolees to get
Oh,
jobs.
sorry, I thought it was somebody on the phone.
No.
Thank you, Annabelle.
Good morning, council members. My name is Bambi Salcedo. and I'm
Isabel,
with the
sorry, Anna
Transgender
Isabel,
Coalition.
sorry.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to address you this morning. I want to just bring attention about who we are as an organization and
Hold on, let me-
what we do to the amazing people who are transgender, non-conforming, and intersex people here in the city of Los Angeles. The Latino Coalition in 2022 was able to provide services to over 5,000 people who walk into our doors. Right now, we are moving into the new direction of our organization, and we are asking City Council to please allocate resources and monetary resources for our community. We are in the process of building a state-of-the-art center located in Councilmember Soto Martinez's district, and we really need your support to allocate $20 million for the next 5 years for trans wellness equity.
What's up,
fund.
Baldy?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. B. Curiel, Ace Anaya, Arnold Sachs, and Byron Jose, please.
Hi. If you'd remind us of the name you signed up under
Hi.
and which items you signed up
Hi.
Hi, my name is Ace Anaya, and I'm signed up for general public comment.
for. Please begin.
I'm a lifelong resident of CD 15, and I currently work and live as CD 10. I'm a coordinator of public policy at the Translatino Coalition, and I work in advocating at the state, county, and city level politics that will empower the transgender, gender expansive, and intersex individuals through direct budget allocation. I advocate for budget allocation, especially as the rise of violence against TGI people and extremists are on the rise across the nation. California is now a refuge state, as William Institutes counted 218,400 people in the state consider themselves TGI.
Sorry about the
We
cat
can
ass.
only imagine, 2015, 2016, we can only imagine what that number is going to look like for the state of California. And as LA is one of the most progressive cities in the world, we should be ahead of the game. We should advocate for our communities. And I thank you all for your time, and I thank the community here for supporting everything that we do.
So now we got a new group, TGI. Man, every day there's a new group.
Byron Jose, Jennifer Murphy, and Andrew Reddick, please.
Hi. If you'd remind us of the name you
Hi.
signed up under and the items you want to speak on.
I love how he says hi.
Good morning. My name is B. Curiel. I signed up for general public comment.
Fantastic. You have a minute. Please begin.
Good morning, everybody. I'm here with my team at the Translatino Coalition, talking about the urgent need to invest in our transgender,
Man, we
gender
get a gray
nonconforming,
screen.
and intersex communities. I currently serve as a training coordinator at the Translatino
Sorry about the gray
Coalition,
screen.
and some of the work that I do is to train and really dive into some of our interim housing shelters to see how they could better serve our communities. While we know trainings help and we know that visibility is important, there is a necessity to dive deeper and not just provide Band-Aids to our community's issues. I really urge you all to listen to our community today and to listen
Thanks,
to
Warrior.
how important it is to invest in our communities. What my colleagues are doing at the Translatino Coalition is not just groundbreaking for the city or the state, but groundbreaking for this country and the world. TGI people have always been here, we continue to be here, and we need everybody's support.
Thank you.
I thank
Thank
you
you.
all, and I thank
Thank
my
you.
community for showing up today.
you
I
very
thank
much.
you,
here with
thank you,
y'all.
thank you,
Thank you
thank
very
you.
much.
Stop talking.
Byron Jose,
Such a
Jennifer
dick.
Murphy, Andrew Ruddick, and Donald Harlan, please.
Yeah, Spectre's fucking around, man. Damn it.
Hi, and if you please tell us the name you signed up under and what do you want to speak on?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Byron Jose, speaking on general public comment.
Great.
Good morning, council members. It's great to see most of you here at the Horseshoe, listening to the public and our concerns. My name is Byron Jose. I am part of the Trans-Latina Coalition, longtime resident of City 8. Again, it is going to be Trans Day of Visibility on March 31st. So we look forward to working with all of your offices and the mayor's office to ensure that there's a budget item for TGI, for transgender, gender expansive, and intersex communities in this year's budget. Again, the city, especially this body, has a mandate to ensure that we're investing in lives. We're no longer criminalizing our peoples. We're no longer investing, we're truly investing, right? Not just words and proclamations and motions, but actually through your funding and through the resources that you're allocating for our communities. Aging population, immigrants, youth, folks in the arts. And again, we look forward to being, continue working with all of you, your support, and the city to truly take a stand and show models, not just legislation that attacks trans people and erases trans youth, but actually support their lives and invest in their lives. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
It's like everybody wants exclusivity now. Y'all want to exclude themselves, make another group and another group. And
Okay, Arnold Sachs, Jennifer Murphy, Andrew Ruddick, and Donald Harlan, please.
Hi, Mr. Sachs. Which items did you sign up for?
you haven't even waited for the fun yet, Andy.
What, the last 20s? The items.
You'll miss all the fun.
Let me see.
So we'll just make this simple. You have 3 minutes for items
19
through
20,
23.
22. Okay, so 19.
Much money do they need?
refers
Lots.
to funding for community improvement and street furniture projects. It's that "and" word. That's pretty tricky. A lot of people don't realize it can be inclusive or exclusive. The redevelopment funds, the AB 1290 funds, which was discontinued by the state back in about 2015, but they're still getting it. So I'm wondering if somebody from the community can go out and inspect some of these retail markets. This is from the Dollar Tree. It says Dollar Tree on the top, but they're selling items over $1.25.
So Mr. Sachs.
Mr. City
No.
Attorney, I
Let's-
said something from the 1290 funds, okay? Get people from using that in the community
yeah,
to go
this-
out and inspect some of these stores.
No, Mr.
Yeah,
Sachs.
I know. Did they ever find your mind for you, Mr.
So
City
let's
Attorney?
stick with the items, or you can go to
I
general.
am. So, item 22 refers to the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. They just had a story about it on this morning on the news. Here you have an A. There you don't have an A on the newspaper, on the TV station. There's a lot of buildings that don't have the letter A on them. They're all inverted V's. How do you spell words without a capital A? I'm just curious.
What the fuck?
I'm curious about that kind of stuff. Item number 20. Wait a minute. Excuse me.
1 minute, excuse man. Your time's about up,
Item
sucker.
number 20 refers to authorizing the Bureau of Sanitation to prepare and apply for a federal reclamation Water Smart grant. What's the difference between a Water Smart grant, which grants are for like 20 years? Did you know that, Mr. City Attorney? Grants last for 20 years. They had a situation in Santa Monica about that. And this says Water Smart. What's the difference between Water Smart and Smart Water? I've seen Smart Water being sold in a lot of stores, but I've never seen Water Smart being sold in a lot of stores. Maybe you could have people go out and inspect some of these grocery stores. I don't know. Just asking. Just asking. Exkin.
Let's keep going, Mr.
Exkin.
So again, back to community improvements. Did you notice there's a lot of shit and trash all over a lot of these communities? There are places where they're piled like 3 feet high and about 12 feet long, filled with trash. There's an increase of homeless people This letter says the county states
You can go into general, Mr.
69,000
Sack.
people. 69,000 people. I get public comment.
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So this letter came from the county March and April. 69,000 people living on the street. This letter states from May and June that the state is imposing a 55 million fines against Care period. That's LA Care. That's one of the biggest care providers. We closed down MLK Hospital. You closed down Mid-City Hospital. You closed down Robert F. Kennedy Hospital. Where are people supposed to go if they're sick?
Die in the street.
Let's not forget that this council was the only council ever to have a Negro dressed up as a grand wizard for the KKK in city council chambers for like 10 meetings. What the fuck was that all about? Why didn't anybody object?
Thank you, Mr. Sachs. Your time's expired.
Thanks, Mr.
Jennifer Murphy, Andrew Reddick, Donald
What
Harlan,
just happened
and
there,
Kenny
Billy?
Lewis, please.
What just happened? Sheesh. Oh,
Hi.
boy.
So if you'd remind us of
Andy Armour, you still here?
Signed up for.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Murphy, and I'm signed up under public comment, sir.
Great. So please begin. The floor is yours.
This is to challenge the parking zeitgeist. Where do you start when you feel you need to challenge an entire zeitgeist? We have serious problems with the parking situation. Monday, March 13th, the temporary parking policy at City Hall East is set to be discontinued, leaving hundreds of workers scrambling and desperate to find accommodations. No feasible alternatives have been offered, and the prices at potential nearby lots exceed what we can reasonably ask low-wage workers to pay. Even in cases where workers can afford nearby lots, it's not safe to traverse downtown Los Angeles in the dark early hours of the morning. Workers are expected to pull a parking solution out of thin air while the city itself has not taken any actions to provide realistic solutions. By failing to provide enough parking, we've effectively been dumping some of society's most persistent and irksome problems, traffic congestion and transportation pollution, on our most vulnerable workers, and expecting them to magically resolve those problems without adequate resources or tools commensurate with the scale of the challenge. Our current parking policies cruelly penalize civic centers' lowest paid workers who are already hard-pressed to make ends meet. I contend that it is categorically inappropriate to expect those with the least resources to shoulder the responsibility to envision and enact solutions to globally vexing quagmires, and I do have more I'd like to submit, please.
Okay, is a hell of a drug.
Just presented to the sergeant.
Sergeants, she has
Boy,
a
she
paper
whipped
that
through
she'd
that
like to
fucking essay.
give you.
I am a robot.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy.
All right, thank you. Andrew Reddick, Donald Harlan, Camille Lewis, and Emily Garcia.
And
Between
Mr.
each
Reddick,
paragraph.
items that you want to speak
General
on?
comment,
Please begin.
Thank you. I'm here again today, a year after my initial in-person comments to this council, still calling for common sense action for the removal of Donald Trump's name from the Walk of Fame. Every one of your offices has received that petition, now with over 3,100 signatures. As of today, only council members Blumenfield and Rahman and former council member Bonin have responded to that petition.
Waste
That
of our money.
confounds me. So I'm again sharing your own words from 8 of you here, 6 days after an insurrection against the United States, which led to American deaths, 141 wounded law enforcement officers, and the most expansive criminal investigation this country has seen. These are your words. These are your words, your professed values, your own calls for action via Section 4 of the 25th Amendment. It's now 793 days since January 6th. Our Mayor Karen Bass acknowledged 2 months ago the ongoing threats to our democracy, and that quote, we must do everything we can at every level of government to fight back and stop it, and we will. And I'm sorry, but you haven't. So please act.
Thank you.
Bye, Democrat puppet.
Donald
That's it. I'm your puppet. Talk about rent free, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Sergeant.
They love wasting money
Hi, I'm
on
Donald
frivolous
Harlan.
things.
I'd like to speak on agenda items number 2, 3, 6, 8, 11, 12, 13, and 22.
Right,
General
double
comment.
X.
Okay, so all the items you picked aren't open as items, but you can talk about them in general, so we'll set the clock for a minute. Please begin.
Yeah, why is LA Housing Department losing money? I want you guys to know that you guys overexpanded. You guys can't even afford what you guys are illegally claiming in the housing department. Also, the Academy Awards, those guys don't need money for an award show. They don't even have any movies in there. They have the award show 2 or 3 times a year now. It's just an award show. There's nothing in there. None of those guys deserve anything anyways. Why is the mayor sending people to neighborhood councils? They should get a statement. Why are they worried? Why is the mayor worried about that neighborhood council? Are they trying to get something?
Smoke.
That's agenda item number 8. The Budget and Finance Committee's report. The City Attorney Dispute Resolution Program, do not give the mayor or any city politicians any power. You do not let them restate something that's already known to be in the government.
Sure, Zero.
In order to claim it. Agenda item number 2 and number 3. LA Housing Department
Mr.
loses $3.5 million,
So Mr. Harlan,
and then they lose $3.7 million in the
thanks,
quarter.
Mr. Harlan. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't give a fuck about what you had to say at all, ever.
Thanks,
but thank you.
Mr. Harlan.
Thank you.
Camille Lewis, Emily Garcia, Dr. D, and Johnny G, please.
So really what they should say, I don't give a fuck about what you just said or ever.
If you
Thank
could
you. Have a good
remind
day.
us of what name you signed up under and for which items.
General comment.
Okay, and the name was?
Hello, everybody. My name is Emily Garcia. I'm here with the Trans-Latino Coalition. I'm part of the outreach team. And as Bambi Salcido, our CEO, was saying earlier, you know, we do need funds because as a young transgender woman, I was on the street, I was on drugs, and if it wasn't for the Trans-Latino Coalition, I would have been either dead or like on the streets, or I don't even know what I've been out right now. But this Trans-Latino Coalition have done a lot for me, which I think Ms. Bambi Salcido and everybody else over here, which because our community doesn't have a lot of resources, they look at us like, you know, like they don't, like we're trash or we're stuff like that. We get a lot of discrimination, which I think it should need to stop, and we need all the resources that we do need, because a lot of us, just everything is connected: prostitution, drugs, just being a transgender, it's a stroke, drugs, man, everything is connected. So which that needs to stop too. And thank you so much. And as a woman once says, down. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Camille Lewis, Dr. D, Johnny G.
Dr. D. I remember Dr. D.
Levin, please.
Hi, Ms. Lewis. Which items had you signed up for?
Public comment.
Sure.
I love Bambi and the Trans Latino Coalition. You guys are so great. You've had meals on Wilshire that have fed people. Do you remember Camille? She was very, very close with me. We looked alike. We had the same name. I loved her very, very much. Bambi, it's so. I wanted to take this time, but they know they're fascists. You're great. I hope you get the money. And I'm going to visit Camille's grave today. And you did so much. You helped so many unhoused women. That beautiful woman right there in the back is unhoused. I brought her into city council chambers to get out of the rain. Bambi, you do so much for so many. Thank you. Sincerely.
That was great.
Thank you.
They know they're fascists.
Thank you. Dr. D, Johnny
it's
G,
hysterical.
Levon, and Loretta, please.
Hi, Dr. DeMont. Which items did you want to speak to today?
General public comment.
Please begin.
Yet again today, Tracy Park. She's supposed to be representing me up here. My district, all she does is cuddle with kittens. You know, and then treat houseless people in my neighborhood like dirt. Absolutely like dirt. Okay? And this council, arresting someone for simply speaking their mind, making them go to jail, being released in the middle of the night in a dangerous neighborhood, we had to call in the National Lawyers Guild. They are observing you now. They're going to report what you are doing, and they are supporting us, not you. So be very aware of that. This council needs to get rid of Kevin De Leon, and you're not doing it. You are not doing any of the good things that you need to do for this city because you're so focused just on yourselves and the money that you get from developers and others.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Boom.
Johnny G,
Thank you,
Laura
Dr. D.
Galvan, Levon, and Loretta, please.
Mr. Harlan, please. So,
Oh, it's getting a little loud
so
there. Let's
Speaker,
go.
Would you remind us of the name you signed up under, which items you want to speak on?
Johnny G, and public comment.
Great.
General.
Please begin.
Good morning, City Council. I want to give you an update with my conversations with Valley Food Bank. They stated that they were not interested in restarting a relationship with St. Elizabeth and its Pantry. Can you imagine St. Elizabeth is the poorest church in the LA Catholic Diocese? There is such a great need for help from the Valley Food Bank. I guess they would rather watch the food spoil than give it to a Catholic church, which they admit in a conversation with Mr. Merez. In listening, they didn't want to reignite a relationship with the Catholic Church. By the way, we Catholics are also Christians and human beings. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, don't start that God mess with me.
The wrath of God will
Galvan,
strike you down.
Levon, Loretta, and Mari Mar
Good morning.
Martinez.
Can I?
please.
I'm doing public, general public,
Okay,
and
thanks,
can
Mr.
I have a little moment because I'm a little older. I'm 81 years old, and I'm from District 2. Mr. Paul, and good morning,
I'm sorry.
everybody. I'm representing Miss Trans-Latina, Miss Bambi Lacido. She's another Liz Taylor. If y'all knew who Liz Taylor was, I've been discriminated. I have been going through a lot of things in life, and Trans-Latina has helped me, and we have to stop and help the seniors and also the future that's coming. One day my legacy will be here. I'm gone, like Miss Taylor. Liz Taylor is a wonderful woman. I got to meet her and work for her foundation, and I wish that y'all can do good and make a better safe for the transgender community, because I've been to jail for dressing up. I've been through a lot in life, and to make it to 81, I should have a award. To make it here and staying alive. You got it, Mr. Paul. Please look out for our community, and God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Well, she don't look 80.
Levon, Loretta, Mari Mar Martinez, and Matt Inoue, please.
All right, so if you'd remind us of the name you signed up under and what you want to speak on. Oh.
That's fine. We have one. So you can go ahead and begin. Por favor, comience.
Hola, buenos días.
Hi, good morning.
Buenos días a todos. Mi nombre es María del Mar Martínez.
Good morning to all. My name is Maria del Mar Martinez.
Y vivo en el distrito 13 por 20 años.
I've lived in District 13 for 20 years.
Actualmente formo parte de la coalición Translatina como case manager.
And I presently form a part of the transgender, Latina Transgender Coalition as a president
Del programa Center Excel Elderly Trans.
of the
Mi
Center
labor,
LED Trans program.
mi labor es navegar con las clientas de la tercera edad.
And my duty is to help the clients that are in over age, third age,
El cual les ayudo con vivienda, alimentos y transportación a sus citas.
I help them with housing, food, and transportation to their appointments
Y otras necesidades que las clientas necesitan.
and other necessities that these clients may need.
Actualmente, esta comunidad enfrenta un gran
Hey, Rad
problema
Hazy,
de
this shit gets
antaño.
fucking fired.
Presently, this
Just
community
watch.
confronts a
Wait for the
problem that's been
call-ins.
present for years,
Como es la discriminación tanto social y laboral,
such as social discrimination and labor discrimination.
por los cuales les pido su atención y apoyar a esta comunidad tan vulnerable que se encuentra ahorita.
Therefore, I ask for your attention in supporting this community that's so vulnerable for now.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
Gracias,
you.
señor. Gracias.
I mean, that's what I was trying to figure out. The in-person
Matt
or the
Inoue,
callers. Who's more
Levon,
fire?
Loretta, and Mr. G, please.
You get both, dude. You get people in here saying some shit straight to these people's
Hi.
faces.
Tell us the name you signed up under and
That's
which
why the
items you
cops
signed
have
up
to
for,
be in the
please.
room.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Laura Galván. Pertenezco al Distrito 13 de Los Ángeles.
My name is Laura Galvan. I belong to District 13 in Los Angeles.
Estoy aquí en apoyo a Translatina Collection, como apoyo fiel a mi comunidad.
Two
I'm
green
here to
hat
support
lawyers
the
in the back,
Transgender
guys.
Coalition
Look
and
right here.
faithfully support my community.
Two lawyers, lawyer league, right there. There's two lawyers right there.
Protección a nuestra comunidad, ya que al paso del tiempo seguimos siendo discriminadas.
Asking for your help and support for our community because as time passes, we continue to be discriminated.
Nuestra presencia hoy está aquí para pedir de una manera, implorarles su ayuda y su protección a nuestra comunidad. Latina Collection.
And we are here today, Trans Latina Coalition, begging for your help and support for our community.
Es la única comunidad que se ha hecho visible para apoyar a todas.
I don't know really why they wear the green
This
hat
is the
per
only
se,
community that's available.
but you can see them during protests out here all the time. They're waiting for people to get, beat up by a cop or something so they can, help them out legally.
Thank you for your support.
They're
and
like
everything you can
they're
do
like
for
almost
the
like a
community.
watchdog.
Have a very nice day.
Think of that, like a watchdog
Muchas gracias, señor.
group.
Thank you.
Don't know why the significance of
Levon,
yellow over red or
Loretta,
blue or whatever,
Matt
that
Inouye,
fluorescent
Mr.
color.
G,
Maybe so they
and
can
Stacy
see them
Cigar Bollinger.
in,
Hi,
in
good
the
morning.
crowd.
My
I don't
name is
know.
Levon. I'm resident of this city, and I find out my pictures all over the city on LA Opera advertisement. I try find out what is going on. I asked the cop, and I got beat up by them, and I end up jail. And I am here to ask somebody to help me to find out what is it I can find out, and I'm scared of to go to the cop again because I know I'm gonna end up jail for sure.
Someone took a picture of him and he needs help to find out who put the picture
They
up.
hold me in the jail 18 months. So.
18 months? Oh, come on, Doug. There's just no way.
We'll have a staff member come down and chat with
Thank
you.
you.
I'll have a staff member come down and chat with you.
All right, Loretta, Matt Inouye, Mr. G, and Stacy Cigar Bollinger, please.
Cigar Bollinger.
Again, I love that you called me again, Paul. Now keep doing the good work, honey, and
Thank you.
let's help my community.
Sorry,
Because I'm
sorry.
an old girl.
It was my.
Well, you did
Thank
call
you.
me.
Okay.
Thank you, Rich.
Sorry about
Appreciate you. Rich and Callie, thank you.
Okay. Matt Inouye, Mr. G, Stacy Cigar Bollinger, and
Cigar
Stacy Spencer,
Bollinger. She had to hyphen it up. This guy's awesome.
Hi, which items do you send it for?
All right. General comment.
Sure.
Okay, so I see KDL is not here, thankfully. If Paul, if you were actually doing your job as a unifier, if that's actually the case, he won't show up today because you're already doing your job of getting him off his council. So I'm going to assume that if he shows up today or anytime else, you're not actually a unifier and you're not actually trying to help the city heal. Yeah, so once again, I see you were scared to have the kids in here during public comment. You removed them right after, you rushed them out right after after the name of the person who you secretly arrested on Tuesday came up. Yeah, you're never going to silence anyone. Yeah, KDL still needs to resign. He just had his new scandal today that came out today, him, using his influence to, get things passed, lobbying at a place he worked for,
Thank you.
And by the way, I don't know if I told you, the
Matt
gang member,
Inouye, Stacy Cigar Bollinger.
the guy who shot the cop.
Please don't shout out. Please don't shout out, Mr. Harlan. You had your chance to speak, and we need to hear from other people.
The guy that shot the
Matt
3 cops and then
Inouye,
shot
Mr.
himself,
G,
the gang member we saw in Lincoln Heights.
Matt
That whole
Inouye,
area is KDL's area. Thanks, Ojaneo. Thanks for gifting a sub. Gifting 5 subs, and everybody just got a free sub from Ojaneo.
Good morning, council members. My name is Matt Inouye. I'm 24 years old, and I work for Trans Latina Coalition, doing some policy work with their team.
What's up, Roy?
I'm really here to tell you all
Yeah, Oscar.
that we need bold action, and we need it now. The trans,
No,
gender
not as
nonconforming,
kid.
and intersex community is under attack nationwide. The community needs more resources, support, and especially funding for the TGI community. It's absolutely imperative for all county members to consider having a conversation with us to see how you all can serve your TGI communities in your council districts. I strongly urge the council to consider allocating funds for this upcoming budget to organizations like ours to better serve the community. I'm also going to take a moment to remind the council that the violence you see against us on TV is really going on in the city. Thank you.
What violence? Yeah, so that area is Kevin DeLeon's. He came out for a little special press conference
Stacey
by himself.
Segarra Bollinger, Stacey Spencer,
Like a surprise
and
one.
Celestial Moreno Luz.
Spoke for a minute or two and then was out.
Hi, if you remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you want to speak on.
Hello, my name is Stacey Spencer, and I'm here just to use my voice in regard of the senior transgender community, how they have a need, because being a senior, well, I'm 55, but being older and getting older, there's a lot of help that is needed in our community. And fortunate for me and for others, we have Bambi, who is a part of the Transgender Latino Coalition, and they help, but there is more help needed. There is funds that need to be given to give them a space and a place to feel safe and off the streets, and to meet their concerns and their needs, because there is a need. There is a need, and it is needed desperately. Thank you.
Harold Banks, you should call in.
Thank you. Stacey Segarra Bollinger and Celestial Moreno Luz. Mr. Harlan, again, please. You had a chance to speak. Please let other people have a chance to speak as well.
And hi, which items would you like to speak on today?
General public comment, please.
Sure, please go ahead.
I'm going to talk about accessibility today. Thankfully, Kevin's not here, so you're all spared from my singing voice.
Thank God.
So I've brought this up before, but 500 years to fix the sidewalks. LA hasn't even been here for 500 years. So that's silly. We should question the data behind that. And then along with that, we're seeing a lot of settlements for trip and falls where on our sidewalks. So people with mobility issues can't wait 500 years to leave their homes in Los Angeles. But the other thing I want to talk about is language accessibility and accessibility on Metro. I noticed today that there's no Spanish or Korean language translations when they're leading up to the stops. So for non-English speakers, it's going to be really hard to navigate safely to where they're going. And also, none of the security officers at the front speak Spanish. That's also a problem. Thank you.
Karen 101.
Thank you. And, the last speaker that I have
I
signed
guarantee you,
up
you
here
Google Karen right now,
is,
it's a picture of
Celestial
her right
Moreno
there.
Luz.
Karen
Good morning.
Hi, I'm speaking on the public comment.
Sure.
My name is Celestial Moreno Luz. I'm a resident of District 10. I currently serve as a community advisory board member of the Trans Latino Coalition and the program manager at Reach LA, an organization currently empowering LGBTQI plus people of color for over 30 years that resides in District 14. As a survivor of the war on drugs, as an advocate of a social tool of art as liberation, I demand that the council members prioritize the livelihood of TGI, transgender, gender expansive, and intersex communities by directly funding programs that prioritize the arts as a vehicle of healing and leadership development for TGI youth, as well as hold school districts accountable in the city of Los Angeles to the California Healthy Youth Act and the FAIR Act to be inclusive of TGI curriculum and their contributions of TGI history. Lastly, please do not allow the integration of SPOT in the streets of Los Angeles that was donated by LAPD Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's funny is every like 3 to 6 months, there's a new letter that's added to the group.
Mr. Harlan, please.
Thank you. All right, that was the final speaker that I have signed up in the council chambers. We'll be going to the phones in just a moment.
Let's go.
We have a presentation first, but before we
presentation.
I just wanted to take a moment to recognize another special guest that we have who's visiting with us today.
Who's here now?
Members, 35 years ago, the province of Lori in Armenia was devastated by a catastrophic earthquake in which 25, they don't even know the exact count, but between 25 and 50,000 people were killed in that earthquake.
They don't know, but you don't know either.
That earthquake galvanized Armenians around the world to come to the assistance of Armenia. And it very much solidified diasporan support for Armenia. It also helped to lead to the end of the Soviet Union, because as people saw the Soviet response to that earthquake, when they saw the poor condition of the buildings that led to so many deaths caused by the Soviets, it furthered the already ongoing movement for democracy and freedom, not only in Armenia, but throughout the Soviet Union. And when that earthquake struck,
Very true,
there
Gabe.
was a young man who was 17 years old, who had grown up in the town of Spitak in Lori. And that young man,
We get
who
it, Harold
endured
Banks.
that
Stop
earthquake,
spamming.
Grew up to become
I
the
agree with
mayor
you, so stop
of
spamming.
Spitak. And I want to just
Told you,
tell
call in.
before I recommend.
Tell 'em how you
just
feel.
Tell you a little bit more.
You got balls, don't you?
After he graduated
Call
from
in.
college,
It's
went
free.
to work.
You got a phone, I'm
in
sure.
the government, and eventually
shout out
became
Smoke
the
and
equivalent
Scan.
of the postmaster general for the region of Lodi and surrounding areas.
Wouldn't be the first
And there
time.
was a time when he was going to be promoted, but none of his other employees were going to be promoted. The government chose just to promote him, but not any of the people who were working for him. And his response to that was not
Yes,
only
thanks
to turn
always
down the
wants to be behind
promotion,
me.
but to
No problem.
resign from his position and stand
What's up,
in
Yassi?
solidarity with
Sorry I
the
didn't
people
see
who
you.
worked with
Did
him
you
to
just
go
get
on
in here?
strike. And as he gained in popularity because of that and other principled positions, he ended up becoming the mayor of the town that he grew up in. And so I'm very pleased to be able to welcome to our council chambers the mayor of Spitak, Armenia,
What's up,
Mayor
Cloud?
Ojar Nigogosyan. Mayor?
Cloudy day. I like this dude's suspenders. Fucking rad. Dress for the occasion.
Thank you for being with us. And next, I would like to recognize Councilmember Harris Dawson to introduce our next presentation, please.
How many more presentations, man? Why you gotta leave everybody on the phone? You can't do this shit after. You get your ass reamed by the public. Fucking assholes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair and members. Good morning to everyone in the chamber this morning.
Remember this
I
guy.
am being joined for this presentation by Council Members Price, Council Member Hutt, and Council Member Soto Martinez. This presentation marks a very important anniversary for a cultural milestone and key moment in the history of this city. 30 years ago, the great actress, playwright, and director Anna Devere Smith premiered at the iconic Mark Taper Forum the play Twilight. Twilight chronicled the 5 days after the 1992 civil unrest. Those of us who were around for the civil
Look at our
unrest
homeboy
know
right
that
there.
one of
With
the
the red
many
hair.
things that happened during the civil unrest is the media quickly tried to make heroes and villains and paint with very broad brushes what was happening in our city. And Ms. DeVere Smith went and interviewed 300 Angelenos, African Americans, Latinos, Anglos, Asian American folks, business owners, activists, labor leaders, ministers, shop owners. And
So
got
all the
a
one that De
full
Leon made
picture
fun of. Got it.
How this big and cataclysmic event impacted our city. It
What's up, Faith?
was the first or one of the first viral videos in our city's history, showing Rodney King there on the side of the freeway in the San Fernando Valley being beat. Those of us who were around also remember just a few months before that the killing of Latasha Harlins.
Angelinos. That's what they
in
call us.
a
Angelinos.
convenience or liquor store on Figueroa and 92nd Street. Also
Located
caught on video
where?
and played
On
over
Figueroa.
and over and over again and burned into our psyche. Those of you
Always
who've been
Figueroa.
around the council for a minute know that I hold culture in very high regard and hold artists as the people who really drive social change, who create understanding between people, who help us bridge our differences. And so we're very excited that on March 15th, that play will come back to the city of Los Angeles at the Center Theater Group downtown, and it'll be there for several weeks. And so we invite everybody to come, especially the generation of Angelenos that were in cradles during 1992 or still on their way to be with us. And so I want to take a moment to hear from our my colleagues, and then we'll hear from the men and women that are putting on the performance this time. And so we'll begin with Councilmember Price.
Do they have the rooftop Koreans up there?
Thank you, Councilman, for bringing this to our attention. This anniversary celebration.
Right, Andrew? See, we're right here.
Very important in all communities around our country.
Oh, no, what are the rooftop Koreans? Yeah.
Today we're gathered here.
Got to see a video of that.
1992 LA riots, which occurred some 30 years ago and left a critical stamp on racial and civil unrest within our local society. The production of Twilight served as an outlet to discuss the impact the riots had on South LA.
Basically, really quickly, it was Koreans that decided to band together and protect their businesses because it was all out chaos in our streets. LAPD and sheriff were well overwhelmed. They weren't able to do almost anything. So people that wanted shit just took it. And they said, nah, so we're going to band together, get a bunch of shotguns and rifles and handguns and get in front of our businesses or on the roofs and protect our businesses. And there's videos of them dumping on people. Bap, bap, bap. I mean, literally just a volley of gunfire back and forth with people. Okay? Just firing at anybody who came next to the business. You can go on to Google, 92 riots, put in rooftop Korean, just see what I'm talking about.
Subjects in South LA.
And I commend them for it. Strong people. They're like, fuck that. Shoot the vulture. I'm all down for that. I'm all down for it.
People are proudly taking a stance on what they believe in. And in this production, we see the diversity of how the riots have affected our community members into our present day lives. The LA riots were a revolutionary time of perseverance against police brutality, and unfortunately, this complexity in our American history is still one in progress. The unnecessary use of lethal force against our people can never be tolerated. However, we continue to rise as one while acknowledging our history and our present. Each of us have the tools to protect the most vulnerable. Bend towards justice and the change of our black and brown communities is really what we need to see. After decades of unfounded prejudice comes fresher energy being felt throughout the air, healing the past and giving life to the future. So today I'm proud to reminisce upon outstanding works of Smith's Twilight, which has encouraged us to examine all aspects of involvement within the riots that compelled us to move forward in a righteous direction. And just as an anecdote, let me just comment that I certainly remember the riots very poignantly. I was serving as the district director of Councilman Farrell in District 8 at that time. But it was
straight in the street, dumping on fools. You could see the video of him doing it.
Not just of the police, but of public
Another one in his waistband.
Really prompted me a year later.
Korean Rambo right there.
Election on the Inglewood City Council in 1993, and I was certainly driven by what had occurred the year before, and I'm still driven by.
His name is James Jung.
Difference to make a positive impact.
Name's fucking the Korean Rambo. That's what he is. He wasn't playing with nobody.
So again,
he was kept that hot bullet. You better get up out of here. You might cop one.
And to acknowledge the important impact.
I applaud him.
Artistic production.
Man's got balls.
And now.
Smoke. This one's for Jung. What's his fucking name? Hold on. What's his name again? Jung.
To support our families and our teams.
Damn, it went so fast. There it is. James Jung. This is for you.
Councilwoman Hutt.
Smoke.
Good morning. Good morning, President. And thank you,
Thanks,
Councilman.
Dick.
Thank you. Marquise Harris Dawson, Councilmember Price, and Councilmember Soto Martinez. I'm happy to celebrate the work that Anna DeVere Smith's landmark American play has done here in Los Angeles and throughout Twilight. The production relied on testimonies of
Well, I mean, SWAT, if you go to any gun range, at least here in Los Angeles, you'll find plenty of Asian men for sure. They love their guns, and they're serious about it. They are enthusiasts. They're not there for just the afternoon to go fire a gun that they rented. They're into shooting. So most, I would assume, are marksmen. You know what I mean?
Presence of mind, just a short
great
year
grouping.
later when it was still
They'll fucking
really
kill you.
raw, to go out into the community and talk to over 300 people with various lives, just like my colleague.
Yeah,
Preston
tactical
here,
shooting
Stassen,
too.
just talked
Absolutely.
about, is,
So I'm saying
is
they're
remarkable,
enthusiasts.
because you got an opportunity
They're not
to
just
talk
a,
to folks
you know, the
that experience
occasional
the
gun
different
shooter.
parts of life, and this is when we see art.
Well, I know
becoming
you do,
history.
Al. I
We
know
see
you like to
in
blow
this
shit up too.
instance that we can learn from this history.
Heather, there's
and
nothing I can do.
appreciate
It's
all
full
the
blast
work
on my
that
side.
we've
You
done
fire the sound
to
guy on their side.
identify the pain
It's a
and the
clown show all the
divide
way
that
around.
Los
What do you want?
Angeles was in, and then as we learn from it, how we can make change. This production reminds us of the significance of oral history and visual history. And I want to thank Anna DeVere.
Can't,
Smith,
Pico, it's all the way up. You ain't listening.
The diverse cast of Twilight for 30 years of doing this
It's at
work.
fucking
and how
11.
important it is, and how important it is to learn from this history. And how glad I am that we are in a society that could show the ugliness so that we can do something about it. So thank you.
Yeah, she's just rambling anyway. That's why I'm muted.
So much. Councilmember Soto Martinez.
See the difference now when you get up to the mic and you
Thank
got
you
a
so
voice.
much,
She's just
Councilmember Harris Dawson,
she speaks light.
Councilmember Hutt, Councilmember Price, and all the folks here from Center Theater putting this on. You know, I'm proud to be a part of this presentation. Many folks know I grew up in South Central Los Angeles. I was a young boy. I was 9 years old when the uprising happened, and you know, I learned about this play many years ago, and it really captured the oral history of everything that happened. I remember my third grade teacher, Miss Armstrong, a black teacher, making this part of the curriculum, talking about it, the importance of it, and my schoolmates mentioning it, saying, you know, we're gonna win, and the anticipation that came in the lead up to that verdict, only we found that 4 officers were acquitted. What ingrained in me and in many of the members of my community is that because you were poor, because you were a person of color, you didn't deserve justice. That even if the evidence was undisputed, you did not deserve it.
Kind of like KDL,
like the frustration
undisputed,
and anger that resulted
racial.
from that. We know all about it. We've
It's
heard
a group
about
of people, groups of
but
people.
we didn't hear the oral history of many folks, and we're gonna hopefully
Hypocrite
folks have a chance to go see this play to hear the first-hand accounts of it. Now, I received a story from my dad about a few years ago. My dad's he's a very cagey person. Over years, he's gotten more open, and he told me what he did during the uprising. So I didn't know this. Right?
Go out and loot.
During the time, his black friend, Mike, came to him and says, hey, you're a street vendor. You have your truck. You have all the produce in there. Right now, people are afraid to leave their houses. They don't want to go out. You should sell here in the community. Now, South Central was already a food desert. So my dad, every single day, would go to the produce section of the city of Los Angeles. It's right here around the corner, stock up, and would come back to South Central, load his friend Mike on the truck, and together they showed that solidarity, and together they were vending to the people who were in need. It's a wonderful example of when you live in South Central. It doesn't matter if you're black or brown or white. There are some white folks in South Central, believe it or not, more now than before. We needed solidarity, that we were all together. We needed to be together. And so,
sorry about the gray screen, guys.
If we look back at the history, we can see a lot of beautiful, positive things came out. I like to point at the emergence of community coalition. They were already established, but it gave them a reason to now fight to make sure that the liquor stores wouldn't come back to South Central. Anthony Thigpen created an agenda now called Scope. And so as we look back on the 30 years, and I hope everyone goes see this play, can remember and look back at our history, that what was then is still now. And we've done a great job. We've done a great job of moving our society forward, but those elements still exist. But as I've said many times over the last few months, I am the most optimistic that I've ever been in my life because of what we're building, what this council represents, with the partnership of the mayor, that we can truly lead our city in a much more prosperous and a place that has just as in its forefront.
Yeah,
so
I'm sorry,
thank you all
guys.
to the folks curating this incredible event, and I hope folks go out and check it out.
Good thing is we won't miss the audio, so hopefully
Thank you
it'll
so
come
much.
back.
Another round of applause for our members of the council.
Oh, fucking
This
get the
event
fuck out of here, dude. We don't need to hear you no
what
more.
it's like in the city, and continues to be burned in our soul.
Wrap that shit up, B.
Marker for what we have the possibility to
Fuck outta
overcome.
here.
I want to bring to the mic now Tyrone Davis, who's the artistic director.
Oh,
he will
and
introduce
how many
his
people?
team and the folks
His
that are
whole
putting on
fucking
this
team,
place
huh?
some 30 years
Great.
later. Tyrone Davis.
Here we go. There is. It's a lot of bad weather here. It's raining really good.
Tyrone Davis. I'm the associate artistic director at
really
Senate
well.
Theater Group, and I am just humbled for this moment. I just want to say we're honored on behalf of Senate Theater Group, the great Anna DeVere Smith, and all the artists working on Twilight. We just say thank you. The artists are right now in tech working on opening night next week, so they send their deepest appreciation for this moment of recognition.
And
two
get
of
to
our
the
theaters
callers.
down the street from City Hall, and we play a role in the economic engine.
Yep,
of
up in the mountains, Captain, not
and
down where I'm
producing
at.
this seminal play with such deep roots in community really necessitates
good rain
civic
here.
engagement in every step of the process. So this proclamation is deeply meaningful. Thank you for recognizing the power of art and the power of storytelling. This play certainly came at a time where we needed healing, and I think it's similar to this moment we're in right now.
Thanks,
so we
Jer.
certainly want folks to come out to the theater to experience the play and to be in conversation. We work really hard to be a part of the fabric of this city.
What's up, Juan?
In terms of the shows we produce and the work that we create. So here's a chance for us to be in dialogue together once again, and we hope to be able to join that with you. So we hope to see you at the theater. Thank you for this moment of recognition. And just a quick moment to highlight a few things that's
Snowing
happening
at the
with
Great
this
Lakes
show in
Golf?
particular. We will have over 3,000 students and community members seeing this production of Twilight for free through our student matinee, blackout night, and other accessibility programs. 600,000 Angelinos have come back to the Amundsen Theater.
I
to
live
watch tape
in
perform,
somebody's
and they've
district.
heard
I don't
of
know
this
which
theater
one
since
it
we
is. I
opened
can
in
care less,
2021.
BS.
We partner with
I know
over
they don't
200
want to hear from
schools,
me.
libraries,
I can care less about
service
them. They go
organizations, and
fuck
other
themselves.
nonprofits each year to provide free access to theater at each of our venues and through our education and community partnerships programs. So again, thank you for this honor. I am deeply moved as an Angelino myself and a person who experienced this moment in our history firsthand. So thank you very much.
Thank you, man. Let's go. Let's wrap that shit up, B. Let's get to the phone calls.
We have Kiyomi Emmy, who was here when the show first premiered on our stage in 1993, and Camille Shankin. Amen.
Thank you so much. Another big round of applause for our folks at the Center Theater Group. It's exciting that folks have come back so strong after COVID and are keeping our memory alive. And if there are no more comments, Mr. President.
Actually, I just, if I might, Mr. Harris Dawson, I just wanted to take a moment to thank all of you because Twilight is not just about the history of Los Angeles, it's also exceptionally relevant to the moment that we're living in now. And what I think is one of the most important aspects of it is its fearlessness. In the aftermath of the riots, I was a member of the Webster Commission. And the Webster Commission, of course, evaluated police response to the unrest, and which needed a lot of review, obviously. And one of the things that we did is we went out into the communities all across the city to hear from people about how they perceived the police response to what had happened. And what Twilight captured in a way that few other forums did was what I experienced in that process, which is that there were people all around the city who were absolutely certain about the accuracy of their perspective of what happened, that were, and they were completely 180 degrees different from what other people in the city, how other people in the city reacted to that exact same circumstance, and it was a reminder to all of us, I think, that our perspectives are shaped by where we come from, what our life experience has been, where we are, the direction from which we are observing things. And those may very well be different than our neighbors, but our neighbor's perspective is nonetheless relevant and important. And I think it's something important that we remember today when we can be so divided as well. So Twilight, I think, played an important role in the healing of Los Angeles at that time, and it can be an important vehicle for healing now in this moment that we're facing right now as well. So there's a case in point. But thank you very much, Mr. Aristas. Ms. Lewis, be quiet. Be quiet or you'll be removed. You'll be removed if I have to warn you one more time.
So on behalf of this council and the mayor, we want to present to you this
again, because I don't give a fuck about that.
commendation for the work that you all
I love it though, how he's talking about healing and about this diversity and all the racial tension, but yet he's not again addressing his coworker that's still working there, who's caught on tape, several tapes, 20-minute conversations. You can hear him yourself making fun of almost every single ethnicity you could think of in 20 minutes. And he's still there.
Thank you all very much.
But he doesn't address
All right,
that.
will take us,
But he's all into racial healing.
Our return to
And he's he's telling me how the Armenians are being oppressed, and I get that, and they shouldn't be. But again, not focusing on the problem. Look over here while I don't do shit over here. Total hypocrites, all these motherfuckers. Because don't think any of these motherfuckers taking their little award shot and here's your little award, okay? All of them are complicit too. Those two guys in the suits who spoke, okay, they're on that same council, this same horseshoe, okay? But there ain't no horses there, none but donkeys, okay? Ain't none but motherfucking donkeys there. And again, those two donkeys, they were making fun of black people too, the three. Okay, Kevin DeLeon is the last. There he is right there. This motherfucker right here. Okay, there's your racist dude right there. Came in and was talking shit about black people too. Why, if you're his coworker and you're about racial healing, why the fuck don't you say anything about him? Funny how he just rolls in after the award.
And street furniture to be used for commuters. I know that you get that, but I felt it needed to be stated. Regarding the Bureau of Sanitation, you need to be careful. It has recently been sued for $15 million for wrongful death. I think that is a more important pursuit than this Water Smart grant. Water Smart grant is good, but safety of the public must be first. The attention should be focused on the $15 million wrongful death suit that I wrote about at Daniel Gus, with two S's, danielgus.substack.com. Item number 21, the fire department. Well, you know why you're having a shortage of firefighters? Because, as I wrote this week at danielgus.substack.com, danielgus with two S's.substack.com, you have a cheating scandal. Just like the cheating scandal at the fire department you had a generation ago, just like the cheating scandal you had at the fire department in the 90s. Why aren't you responding to the cheating scandal? That's why you need this FEMA funding to get more firefighters and a new engine company, because you're more than 300 firefighters short as opposed to 150, because you can't get good people who are qualified without lowering the standards. And I proved that you have lowered the standards so that you could have equity rather than quality. The public deserves the best firefighters, whether they're a purple elephant, a lesbian, a straight male, black, Chinese, straight, heterosexual. Focus on why you have this deficit of firefighters, like I explained and will explain again next week at danielgus.substack.com. That's why you have this shortage of firefighters, because you have a cheating scandal. Monica Rodriguez has not responded to my questions about the cheating scandal. Paul Krikorian hasn't responded to my questions about the cheating scandal at the fire department. And Karen Bass, our new mayor, has not responded to my questions about the cheating scandal at the fire department. That's why you need this money. That's why you need new firefighters and a new engine company, but you're not getting to the root of the problem. I'm going to go on to general public comment.
Sure.
Okay, general public comment. Council members, I'm going to explain how and why next week at danielgus.substack.com, why and how the cheating scandal at the LA Fire Department worked. But you have a much bigger problem there. On the week when you celebrated International Women's Week or International Women's Day, the LA Fire Department and the LA Police Department are covering up a serial domestic violence abuser in its command staff. This isn't conjecture. I'm not saying alleged. I'm telling you it happened because I saw the recordings. I saw in your command staff, I'm telling you on public right now, you have a homicidal threatening, a suicidal threatening member of the command staff at the LA Fire Department, and it's not alleged. I saw the video firsthand. Rodriguez is ignoring it, Krikorian is ignoring it, and Karen Bass is ignoring it. I'm going to write about it, danielgus.substack.com. Thank you.
Let me try attention!
Just like this guy, it ain't alleged. You can hear him.
Caller, which items would you like to speak on?
He doesn't deny it.
Yeah, I'd like to speak on all items, please.
Came into sidebar. He ain't even listening.
Sure, so you
Watch
have
him.
3 minutes for
None of
items
them are, really, but
1
watch
through
him.
22,
What did he come here to do today?
followed by a minute for general. Please begin.
Yeah, so for item 19, excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. For item 19, I want to say that it's really nice to see our city council supporting our neighborhood councils in the kinds of things that they want to do in terms of community improvement. Unfortunately, the city council is not supporting our neighborhood councils with regards to the municipal lobbying ordinance. So it seems like, when we fight to get small things done, like street furniture, that's something that you guys can do, but when 45 of us come together to demand, better municipal lobbying ordinances and more transparency, that's not something that you can do, and that's really deeply troubling. Neighborhood councils aren't just there to fight for small community improvements. We're there to fight for a better city. And interestingly enough, Sora was one of the ones that talked about the nonprofit exemptions needing to be lowered instead of massively expanded as they were in the last meeting. Then I also want to talk with item 21 about the staffing for adequate fire and emergency response. That seems fine, but it's really important to remember that unions don't always just advocate on things that have to do with their contracts. They often do things outside of their contracts. I know that we've seen quite the scandal within the LA City Fire Department with allegations of sexism, harassment, and there's been quite a bit of lobbying around that. And if we exempt unions from the municipal lobbying ordinance, then
It's
we
payday?
lose
Oh, that's
all
right.
that
Forgot.
kind
It's
of
Friday.
data.
It's payday.
It could be
That's
really
why he's there.
unfortunate and is a blow to public transparency. But I'll move on to general public comment.
Okay, thank
Today, a story broke in the LA Times where Councilmember Kevin De Leon, dead to rights on 1090 violation. And we have to remember that Kevin De Leon was running for mayor. Who would Kevin De Leon appointed to the Ethics Commission? Because under what you're proposing, Kevin De Leon could have put a de facto lobbyist on the Ethics Commission. Who would Kevin De Leon, as mayor, put on the Housing Commission? Would it have been somebody from AIDS Healthcare Foundation? Because that's what he could do, a de facto lobbyist. You guys are not thinking like bad guys with regards to this, and you need to be. Because every exemption that you open up for the so-called good guys, you do for the bad guys. And lobbying around housing issues doesn't mean just lobbying to get people into affordable housing. It also means lobbying by slumlords trying to hide the conditions of their apartments. And that is all stuff that you guys would be willing to exempt under the 501c3 and 501c5 exemptions put forth by Paul Krikorian. It is short-sighted, and it doesn't look at what neighborhood councils are demanding for this city, which is a better, more transparent.
Look at him, and he pretended like he didn't hear
Caller,
anything.
which items would you like to speak on?
Half that conversation was about him. Didn't even pay attention. Was stuck on his computer
I
screen.
would just like to speak a general public comment.
Sure, please go ahead.
My name is Michelle Gallagher. Okay, hi, it's Michelle Gallagher speaking for myself. I'd like to echo Jamie's comment and just highlight that the MLO, municipal lobbying ordinance changes, have been under attack from what the neighborhood councils and other people have wanted. And today's story about Kevin De Leon just kind of highlights that what's been cited as the reasons for these changes are just really either false or not going to work. I mean, we can see exactly that here we have a nonprofit, wouldn't have had to follow the strict procedures, and with a huge consequence. And I really hope that this puts to rest this trend to gut the MLO. It's not what we want, and we've seen proof today, along with other times and other instances, but this is a big one, that what we really need is what we originally wanted. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. We're not paying attention.
Caller,
we don't give a
which
fuck.
items would you like to speak on?
Want to talk about smoking skin?
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
We sure can. Which items would you like to speak on?
Oh, okay. I'll speak on available items and general public comment.
Okay, so you have
Item 22.
Yeah, 19 through 22.
I
Please
got
begin.
it. Okay. Item 22 is for the acceptance of $350,000 from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. While I'm not speaking directly to Mr. Martinez because I support his policy, I believe that this motion and other motions like it should be voted no and abolished until the citizens of the city of Los Angeles are treated like human beings. This motion is not as bad as his corrupt and racist city council's attempt to cram a $278,000 oppressive black community surveillance LAPD robot dog down our throats like they did on Wednesday. But it is still not what the people of Los Angeles want and deserve. And that is for the resources brought into the city of Los Angeles to be used exclusively for the benefit of the people of the city of Los Angeles, as opposed to the Academy Awards, and robot dogs designed to create more oppression and homelessness for the people of Los Angeles. I demand that the Latino politicians on this corrupt city council, Price Hutt and corrupt Marquise Dawson, vote no on this motion and start to represent our community instead of big businesses like the Academy Awards, the racist and murderous LAPD, and racist 4118 motions that evict homeless women from freeway underpasses. This $350,000 and motion should go to services to the people in the form of housing assistance for the 16,000 homeless women on the streets of LA. 16,000 homeless women. This motion should contain language that would take this $350,000 into the motion, along with the $278,000 that racist Asian John Lee, LAPD, Tracy Park, and Paul the Dictator Precorian want to give to the LAPD to buy a robot dog designed to create more oppression and homelessness for the people of Los Angeles. The $350,000 in this motion should be reworded so that the funds will be used to promote women's health and welfare and prosperity, as all the grinning, teasing, feel-good clowns made in their racist LAPD Tracy Park and Karen Bass Worthless and Meaningless Women Month presentation on Wednesday. What a disgrace it is that our corrupt and worthless and incompetent government is collecting funds for a Dolby Theater Academy Awards event while 16,000 women are homeless and sleeping and dying on the streets of Los Angeles without shelter today. The $350,000 of this motion can be used to shelter women since it is Women's History Month. Paul Krekorian boasted Wednesday about there being a record number of women in the corrupt government, but there is a record number of 16,000 women homeless. This motion can and should make history. 19 is for $9,000 so-called community improvement and street furniture project by sellout and non-representative of the black community, Heather Hutt, handpicked by Nuri Martinez, Gilbert Cedillo, and Kevin De Leon.
You can go into general.
I am formally protesting that this, I'm just about finished, with street furniture. What street furniture to be used by whom? The motion only states that it is for a community improvement and street furniture project. Are we the people supposed to just trust this worthless, corrupt, and homeless-generating government and Nuri Martinez, handpicked Heather Hutt, to do the right things when one of them is either going to jail or being indicted almost monthly? Now I'm going to public comment. A few days ago, a week ago, I witnessed corrupt little man Marquise Dawson and Paul Krekorian bending over to the Korean community by supporting and giving them a historic site designation for their culture center. The bootlicking by corrupt middleman, corrupt Marquise Dawson made me want to vomit. The black communities of Phoebus Center was initiated with Brother Jabari by then Councilwoman Ruth Galanter, a white woman. I repeat, a white woman. Neither black Mark Ridley Thomas,
Thank you.
black Bernard
Buddy, you can go down there as long as you have a
Next caller,
vaccination
which items
card.
would you like to speak
Show
on?
your status. You can get in there and sit there and talk. You can sit, talk, listen. As long as you behave, you can go there.
Morning, Trouble. Can I speak on item 23 in general public comment?
Absolutely. So you have a minute for each. Please begin. Oh, sorry. 20.
I don't think they do it on purpose, Wicked Boss. These are call-ins. Some people have bad connections
So do you just
using their old-ass Nokia BlackBerry fucking phone.
Sure. And I would just say, even though you voted on it, Kevin De Leon showed up, and under state rules, he still does have to recuse himself and announce that recusal. Given Charter Section 222
Yeah,
the
Al.
current standards, any council member on this body
That's why I
can
can't
ask
go.
the attorney to opine as to whether he must recuse himself, which is something that Councilmember Corian has done for quite some time because he represented guests in the 90s. Councilmember Blumenfield recused himself from any item related to the Discovery Cube, even after his wife left the board for a 5-year period. And I would just note that the news article today really does show that Kevin De Leon violated state and LA Municipal Code conflict of interest laws in that year after he took office. And under that, I think we have a pretty damn good case that he could be removed from office under Charter Section 207. That would have to require a court determination, but I think this is something we should look to. Your excuses for being powerless to get this guy out of office have
Yes,
gone out the
openly.
window. He voted on 2 items immediately after he took office related to somebody he was getting income from. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
Caller, which items would you like to speak on?
some people just have better connections than others. That's really
Thank you. It's Eric Previn. I'll speak on the available items and a general public comment.
So you have 3 minutes for items 19 through 22.
Let me get my
Please
next
stay on
bowl
topic,
ready.
And then 1 minute for general. Please begin.
Sure, I'll try to stay on topic. Thanks. 19. Let's see. Well, here you have absolutely no information, just community improvement and street and furniture projects. Several speakers have raised that. I think a standard should be, at the very least, we should know who's going to be the provider, like a not-for-profit or a neighborhood council, who they're going to, where the money's going to go. I do appreciate that Heather Hutt was put in by Nuri Martinez and didn't really get elected, but this is a community that has been virtually overtaken by Danny Bakewell Industries. So it's probably going to him or one of his not-for-profits, but you need to disclose it. That's the important part. And street furniture is catchword for ripping us off mostly. We don't want dumb pilot projects that don't really apply to people getting good, safe transportation. Item 20 is the Water Smart. And whenever I think of Water Smart from Bureau of Sanitation, I think of Matt Hale over at LADWP because that guy was very, very smart. Minori used to say it all the time. Matt Hale was one of the smartest guys she ever met. He did leave the Krikorian side just before he became president. And he failed to get us the mayor's water insight reports, which I think we still have to get, Paul. So take this as a CPRA. We would like the city council
Can we stick with the items, Mr. Previn?
Sure. 22 is the Academy Awards. Well, let me go back to 21 because I wanted to, first of all, thank Blumenfield and FEMA both for this item. This is extremely important, and we're going to get 12 positions for the fire department. And what I would propose is that we make all of those positions women, and preferably women of color or other underserved communities, because we have a terrible, terrible problem. We do have a chief who's very nice and a member of the LGBTQ, I believe, community, and a very good chief, but they stuck in a white guy over at the county fire department, causing a bit of an uproar. They had to have a special extra presentation.
Fucking
to
white
calm down
guys.
the troops over there. But it's shameful. The nation does not have enough diversity in the fire department. We can work on it. And I think you should all be invited to the trip to Washington with the Board of Supervisors to lobby for an entire week, April 24th. Let's go dark. Go to Washington and spend a lot of time just cuddling around with all
Harold
the
Banks, remove
federal,
De Leon.
sources of money. Thank you, Blumenfield. You're doing a great job. And FEMA is a little brand that Blumenfield has nursed along over the pandemic, and we are doing a great job on getting FEMA reimbursement. So I want to thank the CAO for everything he's done there. Now, are we almost at general? Because I want to get
let's
to...
let's go to...
Yeah, wrap that shit up, B.
Well, the AIDS healthcare situation in Kevin DeLeon, of course, is a very, very interesting issue. When you read the article, he comes off like a guy who's trying to put people inside and doing whatever he can. He did take money from an organization, but he wasn't elected at that time. And I don't know. I was listening to Rob Kwan, who seems smart about these things, but he's also desperately trying to get Kevin DeLeon out, which I understand. I don't know. I have to say this lawsuit, what you read in sounded extremely confusing. It sounded like rejecting.
That's
Order
right,
225.
Edgar Espinoza.
Certainly, it's nice to see the Silverstein law firm in there helping the people out once again. But this is to dismiss the appeal by paying $370, you said, and then authorize another $220 plus interest. So there's a little sleight of hand there that I can't quite tell. I know that you did badly and you've lost, and this is the exact thing they were worried about, that Kevin DeLeon should not be involved in this kind of thing. But I don't know. You've managed to leave just enough information to provoke the curiosity. I'm sure Liam Dillon and the crack team.
Thank you, Mr. Previn.
I love how they just hang up on him. Only pretending to pay
Caller,
attention
which
for a
items
moment.
would you like to speak on?
Hello, item number 20 and general public comment, please.
Sure, you have a minute for each. Please begin.
That sounds interesting.
Thank you, Mr. Fauble. Mr. Fauble, so item number 20, yes, I'm definitely in support of the Water Smart grant.
Maybe
We
not.
definitely need water in the city of Los Angeles and throughout LA County and other city jurisdictions. I am a big fan of water desalination, and I do see that this item does mention water desalination and recycling. The good thing about Los Angeles is that we do have access to the ocean where we can produce
Gilroy.
water desalination, where we can produce water from desalination. And the good thing is we're not landlocked. That's the good part about it.
Really
The
professional.
other good part about it is that we can recycle the water.
Like in the toilet?
That goes down to the sewer and sell that clean, filtered water to other city jurisdictions by having it moved east to others that need water.
You can go to general if you
what's that?
You can go to general public comment if you wish. So please continue.
Yes, absolutely. I do want to say that it's great that we have item number 20. The only problem that I'm worried about is having some environmental activists or some extremist group filing a lawsuit to stop the construction of a water desalination plant. That's the only problem you're going to run into, and I hope we don't have to deal with these folks, because these folks don't understand that our cities desperately need water. And the good thing about water desalination plant is California Governor Newsom is absolutely in favor of having water desalination plants being built in the state of California.
It is,
north
Al.
and south, and I definitely would strongly support having water desalination, especially when we have farmers that need water to water their crops so they can produce fruits and
crops?
vegetables that we eat every single day.
Welcome to Costco.
And that's
I love
about
you.
it.
We're going to fix all the crops.
Next speaker, please.
Caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Shit.
Yes, I'd like to speak on 21.
I know shit's
and
bad,
general public
but all
comment.
that starving bullshit and the dust storm, and we running out of French fries and burrito
Yeah,
coverings.
21, I do believe that a lot of firefighters will be applying for the city again now that we got rid of the COVID testing for them. That the
French fries and
so
burrito
hopefully that
coverings.
goes forward for them, and they come back to us. We really need them. Now, general public comment, please. I'm looking forward on that. And again, Twilight, that's a great thing there, but man, that's 30 years ago. I worked side by side with some of the LAPD senior officers during
Dude's
that
driving.
time, the after hours. Sergeant Pete Winsler, Norm. I went over the list. Some of our friends, mutual friends with Monica Rodriguez here in Pacoima. I was like 21, 20. And that thing right there, the reason that verdict came back that way is because there was no financial burden on the city. They covered it up so they wouldn't have to pay for it. So, yeah, not guilty. Because if not, how much would that have cost the city? And today, unfortunately, we go the same way. A lot of people speculate that Memphis, Tennessee officers got acquitted real quick and because they were black. No, it's because they weren't protected by the city's money. So I think a lot of good officers would welcome that to weed out the bad officers that are in LA. That way they...
Thank you. I'm gonna hang up on you.
Caller, which items would you like to speak on?
I'd like to speak on 19, 20, 21, 22, and general public comment.
You got it. So you have 3 minutes for the items, followed by a minute for general. Please begin, speaker.
So item 19 is granting South Robertson Neighborhood Council about $10,000 to run this furniture street project. Again, from home, can't we link to the project, what else is going on, make it more accessible, what the Neighborhood Council is doing? I looked at Soro NC's website. They have a whole cool project here, and there's, again, missing the opportunity to connect these items to the larger mission of the city and how we're all supposed to be working together. 20, this water smart grant, I actually looked into this, right? So this authorizes our general manager of sanitation to apply for $5 million out of $30 million for 2 specific city council districts. Only, I think, 5 and 11. I'm pulling it up now. But there's so much more opportunity in the document.
It's on their side, Lobster.
$1 billion Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, right? The one that was passed in 21. There's
I'm full
$1 billion
blast.
for infrastructure. We're applying for a crumb out of a crumb. Can we partner with LAUSD? Can we partner with Los Angeles Unified School District to apply
Edgar.
for money from the federal government?
Not
to
there.
Benefit the people of Los Angeles, our kids. LAUSD has so much property. This is And again, we're looking at only applying for desalinization. We should be applying for all this water capture, so all these other projects out of this money. Can somebody, maybe if a city council member is paying attention, just edit this real quick. Say, can we apply for $10 million for these other programs? Look it up later. Because now our general manager is only going to be able to apply for this small amount of money. Folks, there's so many other opportunities. Item number 21. It's almost similar, and I'm out of time, and I'm going to go to general comment. How much more time do I have on items?
Yes, you have a minute. Please begin.
Perfect. So item 21, right, this is allowing our fire department to apply for staffing for adequate fire and emergency
What's up, Credence?
response,
How are
the
you?
SAFER grant. Other people talk about these items because these are the only things the public can comment on. And people hypothesize on what's going on and why we're doing
Oh,
it.
I thought you
And
guys were out
so much
here.
work is going on behind the scenes, but this,
Guys are not from out
looking,
here?
again, in context, just last week we had that report from former Controller Galprin on how most of his suggestions for disaster preparedness are not being implemented, partially implemented at best. I couldn't comment on that. People can't comment on these things because of all these things. Just link to it through the city, like overlay. Even right now, I can't tell. Okay, thank you. It is updated. I can see that you're in the public on the YouTube. You're updating which item the public is commenting on, but I don't know which ones we can comment on just by tuning in. Again, it's so disconnected from what's going on. But this is another one.
Yeah, I live there, Al. What the fuck?
Response, partner with LAUSD. We can make that connection pretty easily. This is federal money. There's other places where if we put our heads together, there's people who want to get this money for us, for our kids, for our school, but too much stuff goes on.
You can go into general if you
comment.
want. Yeah.
And so that's the big point right here, right? People call in, try to input, don't know how to plug in because only some items can be spoken about by the public. So many things are going on in city council committees. And then in this meeting, the tension, because this is the only place that people could yell at Kevin De Leon who's sitting there, right? This is the only time that people can frustrate. That guy said he went to jail after having his photo taken and used as advertisement. He got beat up by the cops. Come on, that makes me sad. It was almost funny, but sad. He actually said, I know, Council President Krikorian said they have to talk to him. So, again, using this as an opportunity to talk to the city of Angeles, the Angelinos, the city of Los Angeles, and City Council District 6 special election to replace Mary Martinez, Van Nuys, Panorama City, Sun Valley. That election's happening. Look for the ballot. Vote for Antoinette Scully.
Yes,
Antoinette
BKS.
for LA. There's so much going on, so many different ways you can plug in. This is such an important race that can change. And some of the momentum is happening, right? What Ugo talked about earlier today.
Thanks, Speaker.
Twilight.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with California, Alex. These pieces of shit and people like them that run the state that's bad. I live in a great state. Probably the best one ever.
So that they can hear the speakers. Next
The weather, the women, the weed,
Ms. Lewis,
the wax.
please.
It's all here.
Please.
Jobs, work, another W, work.
Caller, which items would you like to speak on?
All here.
General public comment.
Very good. You have a minute. Please begin.
Nope.
In the fight
Tyree's
against
like,
evil
nope.
anti-Latino propaganda
What's up,
continues
Tyree?
with a hit piece from a media outlet where Latinos only make up 13% of newsroom managers and 16% of non-managers, according to their
Welfare,
own
yes.
report on exclusion. This when Latinos make more than 48% of the city's population. The dogs are barking, but the train keeps moving. We are more concerned about the city's government not delivering for Latinos, since they are the majority of homeless with the fastest growing demographic, marginalized in the ad hoc committee on city governance reform, and in over 85% of city departments and commissions. We do not need handouts. We need quality jobs and lower taxes. Let there be no doubt, only evil will attempt to lock arms to block and oppress the Latino majority. De Leon, Hernandez, Rodriguez, Soto Martinez, do the work of the people, and we will carry you to the mountaintop. Be bold, for who can shake the foundation of heaven? Whose
That's right,
house?
Alan.
Our house. Whose house? Our house. Whose house? Our house.
Ram's house. It's Ram's house.
Next
You
speaker,
sound
please.
jealous, though,
Caller, which items would you like to speak
Alan
on?
Shannon, because I'm homeless.
Don't be jealous
good
that I've been
morning.
chatting online with babes all day.
General public comment. please.
Great. You have a minute. The floor is yours.
Yeah. First of all, solidarity and love to Bambi and the trans community who made it out today for an important proposal to get a trans LGBTQ plus community funded. I hope people on city council will vote for that. That's a no-brainer. Secondly, I wanted to touch on the lovely story that Krikorian mentioned today about the mayor from Armenia. It'd be nice if Krikorian, Paul, if you had the same moral backbone and fiber and resolve as this mayor and stood in solidarity with the rest of your city council members in opposing Kevin De Leon and standing in solidarity with them and you know, refusing to second his motions. Same goes for you, Traces Parks. And with the few seconds remaining on my shot clock, I wanted to just say, if the suffragist movement was happening today, Paul, you would be arresting those same organizers, and Traces Park would be calling the police on them for disrupting media.
Jose, you got all that right. I can't disagree with you, but let's be honest. All of that is created by these assholes right here, right?
No more callers in the queue.
Really? Come on.
Okay, well, we have taken public comment, so I'm going to close the phone lines and we'll
Man.
close public comment on all items. Council members, we are now able to vote on some items, I believe.
Ain't
Madam
that
Clerk,
some
items
bullshit?
before us at this
That was
time.
a weak ass
The council
day.
may now vote on items 19 through 22.
Fuck. No, but you know, I understand what you're getting at, but all that can be fixed by policy. I think you'd agree with that.
Close the roll and tab
It's
your-
nothing that isn't fixable. Problem is that right there. You see that? It's all unanimous. It's always yes, 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 yes. And they're all from the same side. So, like I said, absolute power is going to corrupt. Absolutely.
Called special by Councilmember Krikorian.
And
Council President Krikorian, any comments?
like somebody said earlier, I think it was Edgar Espinoza said, get rid of them all. When someone, Harold said, remove De Leon, no, it's remove them all.
Members, as you know,
You do that?
state legislature.
You have a really beautiful state,
2008
but you
enacted,
can't because it's the
first
fourth
round of
largest
income
economy in
taxes,
the world,
which helped to
and that's
stop some
why
of the
they all want their
bleeding
fingers in the
that
pot.
they had of film and television jobs.
That's
that
it.
Had been
That's
going
real.
To other states and other countries. The governor
The grift
has
is
now
real.
proposed a state budget
The
that
grift is
includes
real, and
funding
there's
for
so
the
much money to go
Transgender
around.
program for
I don't think
5
you
more
disagree with that,
years.
Jose.
That will be an investment that will produce massive dividends.
So to enjoy the weather, the weed, the women, and the wax, and the welfare, you know, we have to endure some problems. But, you know, yeah, hopefully maybe one day things will change. It's all I can say.
Ask for an aye vote on this matter.
You know,
Let's open the roll.
I didn't come to this state. I was born here, so.
Close the roll and tabulate the vote.
You know, I'd much rather be the thorn in their side
12 ayes, that matter passes.
and not run like a lot of other people did. But I mean, again, I understand other folks, and I'm not making fun of it. It's, you do you. You know, to take care of yourself is the best thing. And we lost a lot of people here that were cool peeps, and that are gone now because of that shit. Because of what you're saying, you know, sucks.
Members, I have an announcement in our continuing series of
I mean,
calls. And the one
man, you would probably save. I would venture to say $40 million a year if you fired every single person in that room, other than the officers that are in that room. Okay, you followed all the suit and ties, all of them, and I guarantee you could find somebody to do all their jobs. These motherfuckers don't do nothing. They don't do nothing but sit here and talk, and pat themselves on the back, tell you what kind of great job they did. And meanwhile, Jose's right. You know, you fucking roll around, and a lot of homeless, a lot of addicts on the street, and it's not getting any better. So, you know, it's a sad deal. They just don't give a fuck, and it's all about the grift. So much money in it. They want the homeless problem to stay because that's how budgets are created. Money is able to be grifted. That's really how it works. Where am I in California? Southern California. I'm in Los Angeles County, and this is where we're at here. This is LA City right here. So they control the city, not the county, but yeah. You know, all these are just another, that's like the pastor right there with the nice caddy and the nice suit. You know, he wants you to listen to him when he's talking, but when you call in for your 1 minute or 2 minutes and then get hung up on, trust me, if you look at him, he's on the phone, or he's on his phone, or he's sidebarring with a motherfucker, drinking his coffee, not paying attention. Back to the cat. This bitch is back to the cat again. I mean, really, that's her most pressing issue. Don't we have the shelters to take care of? You guys know I love cats. I got a cat right there. He's my best friend. I love him. But I mean, really, this is what how much money, seriously, did we waste for these assholes to come down on this Friday? I mean, you'd probably be fucking astounded on the number just to get these morons in this room today. How many tens of thousands of dollars just today, just for this single day, to have them come down and accomplish fucking absolutely nothing. And they do this every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. I mean, it's just an absolute fucking joke. And then you say, well, where is all this money going? You know, you got $200 million and you only spent 20 of it. 180 went here to advisors and special meetings. You know, sending people's fucking kids to Barbados. You know, it's just fucking ridiculous. Rest in peace to Bruce. I mean, it's just nothing getting done. You know, this chick literally came up, gave us two 5-minute speeches about a cat that needs to be adopted, and now a eulogy to Bruce here. I mean, really, what is this woman accomplishing? Besides nothing. I mean, just burning tax dollars with a Bic lighter. That's all we're doing. It's disgusting. And that's why we are, Jose, in the position we are. Don't think it's the state. Don't think it's the beautiful people. Trust me, there wouldn't be millions of people trying to come here all the time. You know what I mean? And I can only imagine if LA or even California as a whole was affordable. Could you imagine if Southern California was affordable like, Dubuque, Iowa? Could you imagine the flock of people that would absolutely flock here? It would be stupid, even more dumb than it is now. We have 39 million, I think, last checked in the state as a whole. 39 million in this state. I believe 12 million in the county that I'm sitting in. Okay? 4 million in the state. I'm sorry, 4 million in the city they control. Okay? 4 million people. So you're talking about an awful lot of people, an awful lot of money, an awful lot of fees rolling all the time, and the grift is just fucking real and it's big. So they're done. They've patted themselves on the back. That's it for today. That sucks. I really thought, guys, that we'd have like a better, well, let me do this real fast. We'd have a better one, but we didn't. I apologize. Not much I can do. I can't control it all, but I can do this. That's beautiful. Storms here. Live shot right now. Look at it snowing beautiful in Mammoth, guys. Oh, boy. They're having fun. That snow is coming down. Looks good. Beautiful Mammoth Mountain right here. You can even see the elephant right there. The woolly mammoth, rather. Sorry, the elephant. I'm a dummy. It's the woolly mammoth, man. Yeah, so 10 million in LA metropolitan area. Jesus, see, I haven't looked at the census in a while, but looks like a great day. He's enjoying himself. Beat the rush. Fresh pow everywhere, dude. Dude, it's fucking fresh pow. And it's definitely rocking and rolling up there, man. And it's crazy. They just do. There was quite a few people. I can't recall the number. But here's the lodge there. Same place, but at the lodge, you can see the lifts are already getting fucking packed. People are fucking flocking on a Friday. Woo, boy. Look at the ski rack. That shit is fucking packed. There's not many fucking spots left for your fucking board. This is in Mammoth Mountain. 2 locations at the same mountain. This is at the other one's from the other side over there. They were cleaning those things there. So, the lifts there. So, yeah, no more drought. You can see it's coming down pretty darn good. It's probably got at least 4 inches, I would say. He's trekking through right there. So, yeah. And the constant going. Like I said, it's raining really good here at my house right now. So, all that's got to go up there. Because here is about, 2 hours, maybe we have a little over maybe 2 hours, 2 hours, 15 minutes from my house. So you can be up maybe a little longer. I don't know. 2 hours, 2.5. But because it always depends on how slow it is getting up the mountain. And if it's like that, then obviously you have to stop and put up chains, and that's going to slow you down. So depends on the weather. But obviously it would be a slow trek up that mountain. It would definitely be chains going up the mountain, but all worth it. These people are, dude, you can't have a better condition. You already had 12 feet of snow. That's what they were saying. There was 12-foot base of snow. That's all real. Normally we get like a little bit. Derek, thank you so much. Normally you get a little bit of snow, and then they do a whole machine snow over the top because we don't get enough. Kind of artificial the top, Look, they got the snow blower out just trying to get fucking everything cleared out. Dude, look at it. Look at, oh man. When it goes back to that, I want you to notice something. You can notice that how deep the snow is. It's literally to that dude's shoulder that's using the snowblower. I want you to keep an eye on that when it goes back. I'll remind you. It's going to come back in about 30 seconds here. Look at the runs, dude. Everybody having fun. Look at that shit. Still pretty open, too. So many snowboarders out. 50 feet in some areas in Tahoe. What? That's insane. Winters from the 90s. Yeah, watch. So I think it's like in another second or so. I want you to notice the guy who's plowing over there. And boy, oh boy, you need to go out to Mammoth Mountain, dude. Get your lift ticket now. Mammoth Mountain. Experience the woolly mammoth. Go to that triple black diamond, bruh. That's what I'd be on, the fucking little snowmobile. Jamming. All right, let's see here. All right, let's see. Is he over here? There. Look. He's right here. Look at him. You can't even see him. You barely see the top of the blower. You see that? Like more than half his body. You saw that? That had to be a good 4 foot of snow that he was removing. At least 4 feet that he was trying to remove with that snowblower. Not doing a great job just only because he can only do so much. And it's probably hard packed now that it's been sitting there for a while, you know? So that's what I'm saying, Steve. It doesn't seem right. 55 feet doesn't seem right. That's crazy. Becco, I don't know. Not in here. It can't be that high. Like I said, 12 feet was the last I checked. And that's like insane. Like I think normally it's like a 4 to 6 foot base. So you have easily double. And then we're not even talking about this right here. Okay. So, and I assure you, this won't be the last storm. I mean, we'll have a few more, you know, that'll roll through in spring. But yeah, it'll but I don't know. It's weird because it was pretty warm. So I'm assuming if we go 4 weeks without the next storm, the base will definitely melt down. All depends on how you're getting smacked back to back, I think, with it. So the dudes that are doing the plowing, you know, the snow plows, they're definitely making the money, man. I mean, dude, this pile of snow is pretty impressive, dude. It's already the second story of that building. Look at that shit. They can't even find a place to put it anymore. Look at it. That's all the snow from the side so they could dig out, you know, trails, path for you to go through. What's up, saying? Yeah, so everybody having fun, getting into those. See, I'm guessing that so those ones probably take you up to the summit, I guess, since you're enclosed. It's for the more experienced motherfuckers that know how to ski, and that would not be me. This one? No, I'm on that one. Okay, so let me see something here for a second. Snowing pretty nicely, though. You can see it's coming down pretty decent, Billy. I think we should go. Yeah, let's go check out our homeboys in Minnesota. Look at all the kids, dude. It is going. Look at them. This is the snow park in Highland Hills in Minnesota. Look at them. Fucking snow day, Friday. Look at the goddamn lift. It's fucking packed. That thing's straining. Poor lift is straining today. It's got way too many folks on it. I gotta go to this place one time. Let me make myself smaller. You guys can see it a little better. There you go. Bring Stinks in too. I love it how they just jam around and go right to the lift. Like that guy did right there. Oh, he's doing tricks. Oh, he's flipping 180s. Look at this dude coming in hot. Oh, he just fell right there. Oh, shit. Oh. There's somebody on the ground right here. They're trying to get around him. Look. Oh, shit. That's me. This shit's entertaining as fuck, dude. Kids having fun on the Friday, man. Beautiful snow day. I mean, who knows? They may not even had to go to school today doing all the fresh snow. And look at how packed it is. I've never seen it that packed. Oh, somebody went down. Sniper. Oh, there's another one, Billy. Somebody got sniped. Good old sniper. Dude, it looks so fun though, dude. Like, you know, whoever created this was really bright. It's a really cool thing. It's fun. Like, you can see how much the kids love it. Oh, you see homeboy bailed over there? I mean, dude, you watch those fools. That fool went right on his back. That had to hurt. He had to knock the wind out of him. See, his homeboy just went down on his butt to go see his homeboy, dude. Because that dude, he went down on his back. He was trying like a flip or something. You love snowboarding? Yeah, I've never done it. I used to skateboard as a kid. I still have a skateboard. You know, when I'd go on tour, I'd use the skateboard to get around. It's the best little, easy to jump in a cab or whatever. Look at that dude catching air. Yeah, 360. That dude's jamming. See, there's some kids that are really good, man. Look at him. That was a nice air. Flying, coming off the mountain. This dude coming in hot right here. He was fucking catch some speed coming off that shit, dude. Electric board? No. Regular skateboard. Good old Nodis. Good old Nodis Coppice. Some nice. Ooh. With some, I think I had some Powell wheels on it, just some soft ones, you know, so you can cruise with it. I wanted a cruiser, you know, nothing to do tricks with. And Swiss bearings, so the fucking wheels just roll. You just kick it one time, and that fucker thing rolls. So it's all about the good bearings, soft tire, or soft wheels, rather. And a cool deck. Damn! He almost landed it, too. Did you see that shit? I'm telling you. Some of these kids are really good, dude. Probably practicing. These are future fucking, what is that, X-gamers, you know? Those are the next guys you'll see fucking going and winning, next girls winning it. Oh! Winning a fucking, winning a gold medal. Jesus. No wonder they put these things on there. Dude, that dude just racked up into there. Now I see how many kids have probably been seriously hurt by just slamming into those things. So they had to put like a pad on there. Makes sense. Enough with the lawsuits. It's really cool, man. Oh my God. You got all kinds of snow inside. It's cold as fuck. Yeah, it's fucking freezing. Good thing is, though, they can get some fucking hot cocoa when they're done. Nothing like some hot cocoa up there, man. So a little shot of whipped cream. I'm telling you, these dudes are flying. I've never seen the lift that fucking packed. Like, dude, come on, dude. That thing's picking fucking 35, 40 kids right now. At one time. And it's still working. It's still pulling, dude. Ciao, little guy. Get it, little guy. Get it. You got it. Yeah, it's fun, man. And it's great to see how there's some skiers and you know they're good because they're not even they don't use poles. You know? They're just fucking straight up on the skis. Look at that dude. Oh, he almost landed it. That dude's close. He's fucking close. You notice that? He keeps trying to do the same trick over and he's really close to landing it. Respect, you know what I mean? That's heart, dedication. Those are the people in life that get ahead. Start at a young age. Don't give up. You know, if anybody learns from the L, I think it's a skateboarder or snowboarders, because most of them don't give up. They'll try this thing over and over and over and over again till they get it, and they're quite happy when they get it. So, yeah, man, don't be afraid to take the L. You learn a lot from an L. You know, everybody's so quick on your Instagrams or fucking Facebooks that talk to you about the W's. They ain't quick to tell you about their L's. You learn a lot from an L. Don't be ashamed to take one, or 2 or 3. You talk to any billionaire, which I am not, of course, not even a millionaire, but you talk to any of them and ask them how many fucking, if they gave you a real talk about how many L's they took. Okay, plenty to get where they got. Plenty. They learned something from all of them, I assure you. L makes you step up your game. Yeah, I mean, if you're smart and you learn from your mistakes, yes. You know? But the L also means one great thing. That means you're trying. Can't get anywhere without trying. So, just think we have a false sense of reality sometimes, and everybody's so consumed with the W. Talks about their W's, and they don't really, say much about when they lose. It's not very real to me. It's just, it's bologna and cheese. Bologna and cheese. Well, not that I don't like bologna and cheese, though, because Oscar Mayer, if you're watching, I'm down with the sponsorship. I like your product. All right, let me snap this and then I'm out of here, guys. Enough's enough. And that is it. I want to thank you guys for joining me. Sorry it wasn't a little, as eventful as it normally is, but you win some, you lose some. But hopefully you guys will join me, and of course that guy over there tonight at 8 p.m. for our normal Friday night crime wave party. Should be interesting. Now, I don't know, but depending on the weather, and hopefully Spectrum, will, oblige us with a little bit of internet. So hopefully, we have a good night. Again, as far as chases are concerned, you might have airships down because of the low cloud deck and the rain. So there could be that, but hopefully you'll come join us either way. So thank you so much for what you do for each other and myself, and of course, Stink Bomb over there. He appreciates everything you guys do for him as well. So you guys have a fantastic rest of your Friday, and I will see you guys in a few hours. So be good. I'll see you then.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, you guys. I'm a gang.